Imagine you're standing on a cliff late one evening. Beyond that cliff lies Yosemite National Park's vast field of forest, waterfalls, and the most beautiful sunset you've ever seen. The red hues blend with the yellow rays of the sun as the world goes to sleep. And you think, how many people have stood in this exact spot before? How many people have seen what you are seeing right now, and what is the reasoning behind all this raw, preserved stretch of land? Without a doubt, most of us have been to at least one national park within our lives and have asked these same questions. In fact, in 2019, the National Park Service recorded almost 327.5 million visits in 1 year alone. That almost equates to the 328 million people recorded living in the US that same year, so national parks are a big part of Americans' interests and activities. I'm a part of the majority of Americans. I've been to many national parks and other state parks, and after researching their environmental and historical significance, I feel as though I've become sort of an advocate for their increased public awareness, conservation, and overall protection. They've become an essential part of my own relaxation, and learning opportunities within them hold no limits. Today I'm going to inform you on national parks, their history, locations, and environmental impacts. In order to learn about all these things, however, it is essential we first take a look at what national parks are and where they came from. National parks are scattered in 423 locations throughout the United States. They each offer vastly different settings than in one another. These national parks offer incredible views fit for every personality. If one is looking for a desert environment, they should look into national parks in Arizona, such as Segura National Park. Likewise, if someone is looking for a beautiful mountainous view atop a summit, they should look in Colorado's Rocky Mountains National Park. Having 423 active national parks within the US makes one question why so many, and the answer to this lies in accessibility. According to the Department of Interior, national parks have always had an intended goal of getting the average American back into nature through easily navigable destinations and protecting the environment at the same time. While someone may not be able to afford a luxury stay at Yosemite, they could easily go to another national park within their own home state. Learning about the enormous amount of national parks within the US makes one question how they came to be in the first place, however. While many of these national parks came earlier than others, they are much intended for the same reasons, and they have some added priorities as well. National parks started as a way to preserve scenic beauty, historically significant locations, and give people a pleasurable pastime. The United States was the first nation of its kind to protect national beauty through federally funded resources. Congress authorized this in 1872 with the creation of Yellowstone National Park as the first national park. The intention was to provide a space that could not be touched by a fast-growing industrial movement. People now are able to enjoy national parks in any area that they would like. After the initial national parks were created, they became a popular pastime for Americans. Many would flock to the parks to enjoy their scenic beauty and escape the commotion of everyday society. According to the National Park Service, the United States also created a global movement with its creation of national parks. Many countries followed the initiative with the creation of their own national parks, and they allowed their own citizens to enjoy the same scenic beauty enjoyed by Americans. While national parks originally were created for purposes still relevant today, it became increasingly important to add more priorities to their list. By far, the biggest priority of today for national parks is environmental protection and conservation. National parks now make up a heavy part of environmental conservation and protection. They are not only a source of beauty, but a way of helping the environment too. There are many benefits to environmental conservation. The National Recreation and Park Association cites protecting wildlife habitat, offering carbon-reducing landscapes that help cleanse air and protect water, and providing education to the national community on environmental issues across the U.S. to illustrate just how essential these parks are in terms of protecting the environment. With national parks, we're able to house animals on the brink of extinction, provide a humane way of population control for the species who are under endangered threatening, and control invasive plants across the U.S. We say that all national parks have a rich, vast amount of history. Their outreach denies no American any opportunity to at least visit one within their lives, due to the fact that they are located within so many states. The preservation of land allows habitat to live freely and control endangered species, but the ecological impact stretches even further out to the soil, plants, water, and trees that these parks sit on. National parks have been here before all of us, and they will remain because of their protection long after we depart. Their educational opportunities, beautiful views, and environmental impacts make them essential to American society.